Let me ask you something. How do you start your mornings? Do you hit snooze, roll out of bed feeling tired, react to emails, and rush through your day? Or do you take control from the moment you wake up? Because listen, the way you start your morning is the way you live your life. If you wake up with power, energy, and focus, you create momentum that carries you through the day. But if you start in chaos, stress, or hesitation, you set yourself up for failure before you even begin. Win the morning and you win the day every single time. The way you begin your morning is the foundation for how you live your life. If you wake up in chaos, rushing, feeling tired, or reacting to everything around you, then your entire day becomes a game of catching up. But when you take charge of your morning, you set the tone for the day. It's not about luck. It's not about hoping today will be great. It's about designing your life from the moment you open your eyes. Most people don't realize that the first moments of their day are like planting seeds in the soil. If you plant negativity, stress, and distraction, that's exactly what will grow throughout your day. But if you plant energy, focus, and gratitude, those will be the forces that carry you forward. Winning your morning isn't just about feeling good, it's about creating momentum that propels you towards success, fulfillment, and results. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in life. It works both ways, positive and negative. If you wake up hitting snooze, scrolling social media, and barely making it out the door, that sluggish energy follows you. You'll feel behind before you even start. But if you wake up with intention, move your body, fuel your mind, and take control, you build momentum that makes you unstoppable. Think about how an athlete prepares before stepping onto the field. They don't just show up and hope to perform well. They warm up, stretch, visualize success, and get their body in a peak state. Why? Because preparation determines performance. The same is true for life. If you prepare yourself in the morning, physically, mentally, and emotionally, you'll be ready for anything. Energy is everything. If you don't have energy, you can't perform at your highest level. If you don't have energy, you won't be able to focus, execute, or follow through on your commitments. Your morning determines your energy levels for the entire day. That's why movement is critical. When you wake up, your body is coming out of a state of rest, and it needs to wake up with power. That's why top performers start their day by moving their bodies. Whether it's stretching, exercising, or even just deep breathing, it's not just about movement, it's about getting your mind right. The first thoughts that go through your mind in the morning influence your decisions, your emotions, and your results. If your first thoughts are about stress, problems, or doubts, you start the day in a defensive state. But if your first thoughts are about opportunity, gratitude, and success, you activate a mindset of growth and confidence. One of the biggest mistakes people make is starting their day in reaction mode. The moment they wake up, they check their phone, scroll through messages, and instantly give their focus away to the outside world. When you do this, you give up control of your emotions and your mindset. Instead of focusing on your goals, your vision, and your priorities, you let other people's demands dictate your day. But high achievers don't live in reaction mode. They live in creation mode. They take time in the morning to set their own intentions before letting the world in. That's why a powerful morning routine is non-negotiable. It's not about having time, it's about making time. If you don't own your morning, your day will own you. The most successful people in the world don't leave their energy, focus, and mindset to chance. They design their mornings with purpose. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be intentional. Start by moving your body. Get your blood flowing and wake up your system. Take deep breaths and fill your lungs with oxygen. Speak powerful words into existence. Affirmations that program your mind for success. Take a moment for gratitude and remind yourself of the opportunities ahead of you. Visualize yourself winning the day, and most importantly, start with the most important task first. When you create intentional momentum every morning, you build a success loop that carries you through the day. Instead of feeling drained, you feel energized. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you feel focused. Instead of reacting, you're taking action. It's not about motivation, it's about discipline. It's about creating a system that guarantees success. Most people wait for the perfect moment to start changing their life. They think they'll have more time, more energy, or more motivation later, but the truth is, the perfect moment is now. Every morning is a chance to reset, refocus, and take control. Winning your morning is a choice, and when you make that choice daily, you don't just win the morning, you win your life. Your state, your physical, mental, and emotional condition determines the quality of your life. Every action you take, every decision you make, and every opportunity you seize or miss is directly influenced by your state. The problem is most people wake up and allow external circumstances to dictate how they feel. They let stress, distractions, or even something as simple as the weather decide their energy levels, their focus, and ultimately their success. But the truth is, your state is within your control. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment to feel motivated or inspired. You can create that feeling instantly. The way you manage your state in the morning has a ripple effect on the rest of your day. If you wake up tired, sluggish, or distracted, that becomes your default mode. You might try to push through, but everything feels harder and your results suffer. On the other hand, if you wake up with energy, purpose, and confidence, you step into the day ready to perform at your highest level. It all starts with understanding the three forces that shape your state: your physiology, your focus, and your language. Your physiology is the fastest way to change your state. How you move, how you breathe, and how you carry yourself send powerful signals to your brain about how you should feel. If you wake up and immediately slouch, take shallow breaths, and move slowly, you are literally programming your body to feel weak and unmotivated. But if you wake up and immediately take deep, powerful breaths, stand tall, and move with energy, you shift into a peak state. That's why top performers, athletes, and leaders all use movement as part of their morning routine. It's not just about exercise, it's about activating your energy. Something as simple as stretching, jumping, or even shaking out your body can create an immediate shift in how you feel. Next is your focus. What you choose to focus on first thing in the morning will set the tone for the entire day. If your mind goes straight to stress, problems, or negativity, that's the filter you'll see the world through. But if you train yourself to focus on gratitude, opportunity, and growth, you start the day with a sense of possibility and confidence. One of the simplest ways to take control of your focus is by asking powerful questions. Instead of waking up and thinking, what do I have to deal with today? Ask yourself, what am I excited about today? What opportunities do I have? How can I show up as my best self? Questions direct your mind, and when you consistently ask empowering questions, you rewire your brain to see solutions instead of obstacles. The third force that controls your state is language. The words you use, whether spoken out loud or in your head, shape your reality. If you start the day saying, I'm so tired, or I don't feel like doing this, your brain will find reasons to validate that belief. But if you start the day with powerful declarations like, I am energized, I am focused, I am unstoppable, you create a completely different internal experience. That's why affirmations and incantations are so effective. They aren't just words, they are commands to your brain about how you should feel and act. When you combine these three forces, physiology, focus, and language, you create a morning routine that primes you for success. You no longer leave your energy or mindset to chance, you take control, and as a result, you step into the day with power. But why does this matter? Because your state doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone around you. When you show up in a peak state, you bring confidence, energy, and leadership into every interaction, you make better decisions, take bolder action, and inspire others to rise to your level. On the flip side, when you allow yourself to stay in a low energy or negative state, you drag yourself and others down. The difference is massive. This is why mastering your state is non-negotiable. It's not about waiting for motivation, it's about creating it. It's not about hoping for a good day, it's about designing one. And when you make this a habit, when you commit to controlling your state every morning, you don't just change your day, you change your entire life. Energy is the foundation of everything you do. Without energy, even the best plans, the biggest goals, and the most ambitious dreams mean nothing because you won't have the power to follow through. Success isn't just about strategy, it's about having the physical, mental, and emotional fuel to execute at the highest level. Most people don't struggle with a lack of ideas or opportunities. They struggle with a lack of energy to take consistent action. If you master your energy, you master your life. The first thing to understand is that your energy is not random. It's something you create. Many people believe they either wake up feeling good or bad, as if their energy levels are decided for them. But the truth is, you can condition yourself to feel strong, focused, and driven every single day. The key is intentional action in the morning. If you start the day feeling drained and sluggish, it's because your body and mind haven't been activated yet. That's why the most successful people in the world have morning rituals that ignite their energy. One of the fastest ways to generate energy is through movement. Your body is designed for motion, and when you move first thing in the morning, you signal to your brain that it's time to wake up and perform. This doesn't mean you need to do an intense workout. Just getting your blood flowing through stretching, jumping, or even deep breathing can instantly shift your energy. When you wake up, your body has been in a state of rest for hours. If you don't intentionally activate it, you'll carry that sluggish feeling into your day. But the moment you move, you start to generate momentum. Breathing is another powerful tool for increasing energy. Most people don't realize how much their breathing patterns affect their state. Shallow, weak breathing leads to low energy and brain fog, while deep, controlled breathing fills your body with oxygen, sharpens your focus, and boosts your vitality. That's why practices like breath work and intentional breathing exercises are used by top performers. Something as simple as taking 10 deep breaths with full focus can completely shift how you feel. Nutrition also plays a massive role in your energy levels. Your body is an engine, and what you put into it determines how well it runs. If you start the day with processed foods, too much sugar, or heavy meals that weigh you down, you'll feel sluggish and tired. But if you fuel yourself with high-quality foods, clean proteins, healthy fats, and nutrient-dense greens, you'll feel light, sharp, and energized. Hydration is just as important. After hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated, and dehydration leads to fatigue and brain fog. That's why one of the simplest energy hacks is to drink a full glass of water as soon as you wake up. Your mental energy is just as important as your physical energy. Have you ever noticed that when you're excited about something, you suddenly feel more alive no matter how tired you were before? That's because where focus goes, energy flows. If you wake up thinking about stress, problems, and obligations, your energy will be drained before the day even begins. But if you wake up thinking about opportunities, goals, and things that inspire you, you create an entirely different level of energy. This is why priming your mind in the morning is critical. Take a moment to reflect on what you're excited about. If you don't feel excited, find something, even something small. The key is to train your brain to look for energy instead of excuses. Another energy killer is mental clutter. When you wake up with 1,000 thoughts racing through your mind, it creates stress and exhaustion before you even begin your day. That's why many high achievers use morning journaling or simple note-taking to clear their minds. Just writing down your thoughts, goals, or priorities for the day can give you a sense of clarity and focus that saves you hours of wasted energy. Then there's emotional energy. If you carry unresolved stress, frustration, or negativity from the previous day, it weighs you down like an anchor. The fastest way to release negative energy is gratitude. When you shift your focus to what you're grateful for, you instantly change your emotional state. It's impossible to feel drained and grateful at the same time. That's why a powerful morning habit is taking just a few minutes to focus on things that bring you joy, things you appreciate, people you love, or moments you're looking forward to. Energy isn't just a physical thing, it's a habit. The more you train yourself to create energy every morning, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you'll notice that you're no longer relying on caffeine, motivation, or luck to feel good. You've developed a system that ensures you wake up strong, focused, and ready to dominate the day. And when you control your energy, you control everything else. Your mind is the control center of your life. Everything you do, every decision you make, and every action you take starts in your mind. If your mind is filled with stress, negativity, or doubt, first thing in the morning, that becomes the lens through which you experience the entire day. But when you prime your mind for greatness from the moment you wake up, you step into the day with power, clarity, and confidence. The way you think in the morning is not just a habit, it's a strategy for success. Most people wake up and immediately go into reaction mode. They check their phone, read the news, and get flooded with messages, emails, and external demands before they even get out of bed. This is the fastest way to lose control of your day. The moment you start consuming information from the outside world, you allow external forces to dictate your mood, your focus, and your emotions. Instead of being intentional, you become reactive. Instead of starting with clarity, you start with distraction. The most successful people don't begin their mornings by reacting. They start by setting clear mental intentions for the day. One of the most powerful ways to take control of your mind in the morning is through gratitude. When you wake up and immediately focus on what you appreciate in life, you shift your mind into a state of abundance. Gratitude is not just a feel-good practice. It's a science-backed method for rewiring your brain. Studies show that people who focus on gratitude consistently have lower stress levels, higher levels of optimism, and better decision-making abilities. Why? Because gratitude forces your mind to look for what's going right instead of what's going wrong. And when your brain is trained to see the good, you naturally make better choices and take more effective actions throughout the day. Another powerful way to prime your mind is through visualization. Your brain does not know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. When you take time in the morning to visualize yourself succeeding, whether that's crushing a meeting, making progress on a goal, or simply feeling strong and confident, you are literally programming your brain to make those outcomes more likely. Athletes use this technique before competitions, entrepreneurs use it before big decisions, and leaders use it before making an impact. The key is to see yourself winning in your mind first, so that when you step into your day, you are already mentally prepared to dominate. Your thoughts shape your reality, and the words you say to yourself in the morning determine how you show up in the world. That's why affirmations are so powerful. When you wake up and declare, I am focused, I am strong, I am unstoppable, you send a direct message to your subconscious mind about how you are going to operate that day. Your words create your identity, and when you reinforce positive, empowering beliefs about yourself every morning, those beliefs turn into real-world results. Most people unconsciously affirm negativity. They wake up and say, I'm so tired, or I don't feel like doing this, and then wonder why they lack motivation. But when you take control of your self-talk and deliberately choose words that fuel confidence and action, you reprogram your mind for success. Your environment also plays a huge role in priming your mind. If you wake up in a cluttered, chaotic space, your mind absorbs that energy. That's why setting up a morning environment that supports focus and clarity is critical. Simple actions like keeping your phone on airplane mode for the first hour, having a specific space for morning reflection, or listening to uplifting content instead of the news can completely shift your mental state. Success is not about willpower, it's about creating an environment where success is inevitable. Another way to prime your mind is through intentional learning. If you start your morning consuming inspiring educational content, you immediately feed your brain with ideas that expand your thinking and push you forward. This could be a book, a podcast, or even a few minutes of journaling about your biggest goals. The key is to start the day by feeding your mind with thoughts that elevate you. Most people go through life without realizing that their mind is being programmed every single day by social media, by news, by the opinions of others. But when you consciously program your mind every morning, you put yourself in the driver's seat. You are no longer influenced by negativity, distractions, or fear. Instead, you create a mindset that is built for growth, resilience, and success. And when you win the battle of the mind every morning, you naturally win the battle of the day. The way you start your day determines the level of control you have over your life. Most people wake up and immediately fall into reaction mode, checking their phones, responding to messages, and allowing outside forces to dictate their emotions and focus. They spend their mornings putting out fires instead of creating their own vision for the day. But the most successful people don't live this way. They don't wake up and wait for life to happen to them. They take full control from the moment they open their eyes. They decide what their day will be before the world gets a chance to decide for them. Taking control of your morning starts with a deliberate routine. A routine is not just about habit. It's about designing your day in a way that maximizes focus, energy, and productivity. The problem is that most people wake up with no plan, no structure, and no intentionality. They let the momentum of yesterday carry them into today instead of resetting their mind, body, and emotions for a fresh start. But when you own your morning, you create the space to set powerful intentions that shape your success. One of the biggest mistakes people make is starting their day reactively instead of proactively. The moment you grab your phone, scroll through social media, or check emails, you're giving away your focus to other people's agendas. You're letting notifications, news, and messages control your mental and emotional state before you even take a moment to focus on yourself. This weakens your ability to think clearly and make decisions based on your priorities. That's why successful individuals don't let their mornings be dictated by outside influences. They start their day with clarity and control by focusing on their own goals, mindset, and energy before letting the world in. One of the best ways to take control of your morning is to set clear intentions for the day. Most people wake up and immediately start thinking about their to-do list, but high achievers focus first on their vision. They ask themselves, what do I want to create today? How do I want to show up? What is my highest priority? By deciding in advance what kind of day you want to have, you set the tone for everything that follows. Another key to owning your morning is eliminating distractions. If the first thing you do is check notifications, your focus is immediately scattered. Instead, start your day with stillness and presence. This could mean meditating, journaling, stretching, or simply sitting in silence for a few moments. The goal is to create a buffer zone between sleep and the outside world, giving yourself the time and space to get your mind right before external demands come rushing in. Your morning is also the best time to prioritize your most important work. Many people waste the most productive hours of their day on things that don't truly move them forward, answering emails, checking social media, or handling low-priority tasks. But the most successful people in the world protect their mornings for high-level thinking, problem-solving, and creative work. They know that the first few hours of the day are when their mind is sharpest, so they use that time to tackle their biggest goals. Taking control of your morning also means controlling your emotions. If you wake up feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or anxious, you bring that energy into everything you do. But if you start your day with gratitude, focus, and confidence, you create a completely different outcome. This is why so many high performers use morning rituals to elevate their emotional state. Whether it's through affirmations, visualization, movement, or deep breathing, the way you feel in the morning carries into every decision you make throughout the day. Another critical part of owning your morning is protecting your energy. Energy is not something that just happens to you, it's something you cultivate. If you wake up and immediately expose yourself to negativity, stress, or low-quality information, you drain your energy before the day even begins. But if you start your morning by fueling your body with movement, hydration, and high-quality food, you set yourself up for peak performance. Owning your morning is not just about productivity, it's about creating momentum that carries you through the entire day. When you start strong, you are more likely to stay focused, make better decisions, and execute at a higher level. But if you start the day in a state of distraction, stress, or low energy, you spend the rest of the day trying to recover from it. The difference is massive. The truth is, you are either in control of your morning or your morning is in control of you. The people who consistently achieve the highest levels of success don't leave their day to chance. They create structure. They create habits that prime them for success. They decide what their day will be like before anything else has the chance to interfere, and that is why they win, not just in the morning, but in life. Success is built on consistency. It's not about what you do once in a while or when you feel motivated. It's about what you do every single day. The people who achieve the highest levels of success in any area of life, whether it's business, fitness, relationships, or personal growth, are not necessarily the most talented. They are the most consistent. They have built habits and systems that allow them to execute at a high level no matter how they feel. The key to winning the morning and ultimately winning the day is not just about having a great morning routine, it's about making that routine a non-negotiable part of your life. The problem most people face is that they treat success like an event instead of a process. They wait for the perfect moment, the right mood, or some burst of inspiration to take action. But true high performers know that motivation is unreliable. If you depend on motivation, you will be inconsistent. Some days you'll feel like taking action, but other days you won't. And that's when most people fall off track. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that successful people act regardless of how they feel. They have trained themselves to follow their routine and execute their plan no matter what. This is why habits are more powerful than motivation. When something becomes a habit, it no longer requires willpower or decision-making. You don't wake up and decide whether or not to brush your teeth. It's automatic. The same principle applies to your morning routine. If you want to win every day, you must create habits that ensure you start your morning with clarity, energy, and focus no matter what. This means eliminating the option to skip your routine. It's not a question of if you'll do it, it's a commitment that you always follow through on. One of the best ways to build consistency is through rituals. A ritual is a sequence of actions that you repeat daily to prime yourself for success. For example, many top performers have a morning ritual that includes exercise, reading, journaling, or meditation. The exact activities don't matter as much as the fact that they are done every single day without fail. When you create a ritual, you no longer waste mental energy deciding what to do, you just do it. This allows you to start the day with momentum instead of hesitation. Another key to consistency is tracking your progress. What gets measured gets improved. If you don't track your habits, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you're being consistent when in reality, you're not. By keeping a simple habit tracker, whether it's a journal, an app, or even just a checklist, You create accountability for yourself. When you see a streak of days where you followed through, it motivates you to keep going. And if you ever miss a day, the key is to never miss twice. One slip up is not a failure, but allowing one missed day to turn into 2, 3, or an entire week is how people lose momentum. Consistency is also about preparing for obstacles. There will be days when you don't feel like following your routine. There will be days when you're tired, stressed, or busy. But successful people don't let these excuses break their habits. Instead, they create backup plans. If they don't have time for a full workout, they do a quick 10-minute session. If they can't journal for 10 minutes, they write down one key thought. The goal is to always do something, even if it's not perfect. Small actions, repeated consistently over time, create massive results. One of the biggest myths about consistency is that it requires perfection. It doesn't. It requires resilience. The most successful people in the world are not perfect. They just don't quit. They show up even when they don't feel like it. They put in the work even when they're not at their best. Over time, this creates an unstoppable momentum. The more consistent you are, the more natural your habits become. Eventually, you don't even have to think about your morning routine. It becomes second nature, just like brushing your teeth. The ultimate key to consistency is identity. If you see yourself as someone who struggles to stay consistent, you will always find ways to prove that belief true. But if you shift your identity and start seeing yourself as someone who is disciplined, focused, and committed, your actions will follow. Every time you follow through on your routine, you reinforce the identity of being a high performer. It's not just about doing the right things, it's about becoming the type of person who does them without question. At the end of the day, success is not about what you do occasionally, it's about what you do consistently. Winning the morning is not a one-time event. It's a commitment. It's a way of life. When you make the decision to take control of your mornings every single day, you don't just win the day, you win your future.